not for the weak at heart, is it?
Yeah, I didn't know what illnesses. I don't know what illnesses are going around, but I would just tell everybody to
is going
hold
around.
their breath.
He's got it bad, huh?
And
It is
don't.
going around.
It's not terrible. Scout was sick. She had a fever from Friday to Wednesday. So it was a long one. Yeah.
Nobody else caught it, have they?
I haven't. I'm healthy.
She's walking around with a can of Lysol.
I may use a lot of hand sanitizer. That's all I can say. I think I should take stock hand sanitizer. Purell.
Gosh, I hope everybody comes in here tonight.
Big crowd.
It's a good thing Jack's here on the front row.
One of my first times to be in the front row, so I took advantage of it.
It was free.
Yeah.
Pay for it or anything.
Jack goes way back. He was on county council.
Oh,
He
awesome.
was on the Clinton County Plan Commission when we were fighting to put McDonald's in out there. He voted in support of it, by the way. There were certain elements that were against it. That was quite a meeting.
Yeah, I couldn't understand. Warren comes saying we want this, and then we sit on this board and say, well, let's just, I'm like, yeah, they want it.
Yeah. There's already a McDonald's in Huntington County, and it's like, it was
Well, we
quite
could
the
have-
night, and then remember the guy from North Carolina was there representing McDonald's, and finally I just couldn't take it anymore.
Well, do you remember Jay Poe said, I don't know, the survey, I don't know if I can prove this, I don't know, I don't have any information.
Yeah.
And he said, I can't prove this, I don't have any information. So then I said, okay, I make a motion, we table this, if you can't decide.
But
And he voted against
he
the
voted
table.
against
I'm
it.
like, you're killing me, Jay, you're killing me. I wanted,
And then he called the next morning to apologize.
he just, what he was he's mad at McDonald's and he was
It's
just
fine.
trying to make him scared.
Just trying to make him wait.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome everyone to our October meeting. Our first special order of business is Jack Barlow from Habitat of Humanity.
All right. Do you want me to sit here or do you want me to stand up in front?
However you want to do it.
I'm fine right here, but I don't mean to disrespect that.
No, you're good.
I literally could talk for hours, but I'll be brief, I'll be real quick. Habitat out of Greater Fort Wayne. We've been around as an affiliate since 1986. About 9 years ago, Huntington had its own affiliate. And it was working, Huntington County had its own affiliate, and they were struggling. They were barely staying above water, and they weren't. And they actually came to Fort Wayne and said, will you take us over? And we said, sure. So he took it over. One lady stayed on from there, and she was doing grants and going out talking to people. She just didn't have enough time, and we weren't given good enough respect for the county. Not much was happening. So last year, they said, we gotta hire somebody for Huntington County. So they hired me to work for Huntington County, and that's my sole responsibility is Huntington County. They wanted to have a voice in Huntington County. So I really appreciated that. And when I took over, one of the things I wanted to do, and I've been here just about 1 year, is it's Huntington County, not Huntington. And I wanted to be out into the other communities. I didn't want to do the same thing Fort Wayne was doing, was say, this is what we're gonna do from Fort Wayne. I didn't want to do that from Huntington. I want to come out and I want to meet the different communities. And it's going fairly well. We've got a house we're going to build in Markle next year. So that worked real good. And I want to try and find land, and I want to build outside of Huntington. nothing against Huntington, but we represent the county, not just the city. So I wanted to be able to do that, and this is a beautiful town. So I just wanted to see if there was some kind of opportunity. One of the things I will say is if we get a Habitat home, it does many things. One is the governor this year has talked really highly about how affordable housing is important for business growth, for economic growth, is affordable housing. So maybe we can do something that way. Not that you need to grow a lot, but it would actually probably help quite a lot. So we want to kind of see about it, something like that can happen. We are looking at some subdivisions in Huntington that we are looking at doing. There's one that we have in Fort Wayne that we're doing. And we're doing the exact same thing we're doing in Huntington now in Wells County. So Greater Fort Wayne is Allen, Huntington, and Wells. So we really want to help, and we want to partner with towns. I mean, you know, a one-time gift is great, but really what I'm looking for is I want buy-in. I want people to see that we can really make a difference, and I want to work with people. And when you see that, then you know people are more willing to do things when they see what we can do for them. So one of the things, and we were talking a little bit before the meeting started, was I will admit Habitat has had a reputation of some of their homes being not the nicest homes after it's done. What we do differently than what Huntington, we have 200 hours of classes that you have to do. Not classes, 32 hours of classes. So we teach them how to budget. We teach them how to actually even take care of their property. Teach them how to be a good neighbor. So they don't just take over a house. They know how to do it now. And we want to give them the tools to succeed. We don't want to just say, oh, here's a house for you. And you know, you're on your own. It doesn't work. And we've seen that in the past. So we go alongside, we have classes that they take, and then they also have sweat equity. They have to put, if it's one person on a mortgage, you have to put 200 hours in. If it's two people, it's 250 hours. So they put a lot into it. So it's not something that's given to them. And just so you know, and I will be honest, a lot of people don't know, including myself before I started, they don't get a free house, okay? They still make payments, okay? They make, probably it's gonna be it will never be more, but it's probably gonna wind up being 26% of their gross income, okay? It won't ever be higher than that. It just won't. We set it up. We have ways of doing seconds, blind seconds that we carry, whatever we can do to make sure that it's 26%, so they can still live. You get above 50% and a low income, you're not gonna make it. Our success rate is 92%, which, you know, you hate that 8%. But if you look at the real world, that's probably close to what the real world is. So we feel pretty fortunate about what we can do. As I did say, we are starting some, I have a meeting Friday about looking into starting a subdivision in Huntington. So we've got some land that we've got, but as I said, I want to branch out and do a lot of different communities. This year we're doing 18 houses in Fort Wayne, 1 in New Haven, and 2 in Huntington. Next year I know there'll be 4 in Huntington. I know, unless something happens, and you can never say till the ground's, till it's up. But 4 in Huntington, we're gonna do 1 in Wells, and we're not sure how many in Fort Wayne, in Allen County. So it is a Christian-based organization. You don't have to be a Christian to get a house. You don't even have to be a Christian to work there. But all of our principles work off of Christ. So we're very proud of that. And we have dedications that we do. We set it up, and even after they buy the house, we walk alongside them. They'll call and say, hey, help me with this. and we're here to help. We're not here just to get them a house and be done. That's not the purpose. If that's the case, we'll do it once here and never do it again, right? I mean, if we don't help and stay with them and get them going. Yep.
So I have a question. I saw you at your outing, which you had out here in Warren, which was great.
Yeah.
Just appreciate you having it up here. So hypothetically, let's say we had a house that needed torn down.
Uh-huh.
Is that something that Habitat would tear it down? As if they needed the lot, if we said, hey, here's a lot, would you tear down I think you mentioned something like that.
Yeah, we you know, without details and all, I can't say yes,
Yeah.
but I will say we've done that.
Okay,
And we can get grants to do that.
okay.
That's the one advantage that we have, that independent people don't have, is that if you're on a small lot, if you want to try and build a house, you're never going to get your money back out of it, you know, on a really small lot. That doesn't matter to us. We're not trying to get our money out. We want to help the community. As a matter of fact, in Huntington, our idea is to go into the quote-unquote not as nice areas. That's what we want to do. We want to build up the community. So there's times where we have to tear down the house and then start over, but we can get grants for that.
Do you only build new houses or do you also renovate?
Well, that is a great question. Our goal, we just have a new CEO, just started last week. But our CEO previously, and it was a good exit. Everybody's happy. He got a better job. We were happy with what he did. There was no hard feelings. But before he left, he set up a vision for us. And our vision was to help 1,000 families in 10 years. That's 100 homes a year. We're not going to build 100 homes in a year. I don't know of any builder that's doing that. How can we do it? We're gonna renovate. We're gonna flip houses. And we're also gonna start with repairs. So it's something I may work with you on that too. We're gonna try and get grants, and there are plenty out there to get grants to work with people. It's really neat to put somebody in a brand new house. It's glamorous, you know, here's a brand new house, cut the ribbon, all that. But you know what's just as important, if not more important, is to keep the 75-year-old lady in her house. Because she can't afford a roof and she's gonna have to move out. Or heating and cooling. You know, those are expensive. And if you're 75, 80 years old and you haven't planned for that, you move out, the house deteriorates. So that's a great question. That's really, I told people, if you started with Habitat today and you wanted to create affordable housing, I can almost tell you that it wouldn't be building new houses. I really don't think so. The reason it did was it started in Americus, Georgia, in Koinonia, and they had a bunch of land and they had people that needed a house, so they started building houses. But I think if we just stopped and look at the model would work just as good, if not better, at remodeling, flipping houses, and also repairing houses so people can stay in them. Now, we will never give up building new houses. We're gonna do that, but we're gonna add to it. And when I say that, I want to be honest, it's not going to happen tomorrow. We're a big ship, you know, it takes a long time for us to turn. We're looking at probably a year out before we start doing repairs. But I was working with the Council on Aging, United Way, and they get calls all the time for this. And you know, some people step up and donate, but you know, those are few and far between. I was against doing repairs. But then the CEO came to me and said, we can get grants for it, Jack. And then I'm 100% in. I'm like, all right, let's find the money, find the contractors, put it together, and let's make it happen and let people stay in their house.
So when you partner with a town like that, then if we said yes, we had people who we're not sure about, maybe we don't have the land, but if we do have people in need with repairs and those types of things, how would they go about, would they go through the same kind of process to qualify for?
Yeah,
a house?
we would have an application process. It wouldn't be near as stringent. Basically, when you get a house from us, it's a mortgage. You go through, you sign hundreds. It's just crazy how much you have to sign. I don't foresee it being that much, but we would still have an application. We're gonna be faithful with our money that's entitled to us. So we want to make sure that we give it to the right people, and it's not somebody that just says, I'd rather take Habitat money than get a loan. That's not what we're here for. But my thought is, I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm just here to just give. I'd love to have. We work with you, and however it would work, but have land to build. I think it would be great for the community just to rally around. We could have, days where just Warren people came in, and built the house. I think it would be a neat thing for the city. And not only, keep in mind, the people that buy this house eventually are gonna buy bigger houses because their family's gonna grow. And so it gives you a good low-end housing, but then it helps support the middle income, because now they can eventually buy middle income. Those people can buy a nicer house. So you need to have entry level. I mean, we always look for the great big $400,000, $500,000 homes, but you have to have the entry level or it won't work.
Okay, now, do you have a process in place? Say somebody takes a new home
Mm-hmm.
and they can't pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
What's the process then?
Well, the loan is through a bank, okay?
Mhm.
So it's between them and the bank. But we are notified of that. And we work with them, and we'll work with them. We can work with the bank. The banks need, this is a secret they know, but the banks have to loan out low-income housing. It's just a requirement from the banks, okay? So they want to do it because they have to hit a requirement. They know that there's a chance. They actually love doing it with us because they know they've already gone through classes, and they're not going to buy a house and 2 months later they're going to foreclose on it. They contact us, we will contact them, and we'll work through. Sometimes we can freeze a payment and start over. There are a lot of different things that the banks will work with us to make sure that happens. Now, people don't want to lose a house because, believe it or not, the mortgage being 26% of your income, your mortgage is going to be less than if you leave that house. You got to go somewhere, so you have to pay rent somewhere. Well, I can guarantee you it's going to be more than what you're paying on your mortgage. So they fight like crazy to keep this house because they don't want to pay another $300, $400, $500 a month in rent and have no liquidity at all. I mean, it just makes no sense at all. So they try very hard, and that's part of the reason why we're at 92%. I would also say that 8%, my guess would be almost, not always, but if I were to guess, I would say it was almost always because a family splits up. They break up, they're gone, and bad things happen, and we know that. So that would be my guess on that. But we work with them very hard. We don't just say, you're on your own, figure it out.
Okay.
Now, you spoke to Chamber, didn't you? Or have you spoken here to the Warren Chamber yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I'd be more than willing to. I'd love to.
Okay. I will get in contact.
Okay, that'd be great, yeah.
Anybody got any questions other than?
I guess what would be next steps if, you're sharing this information with us, is it
Well, I'm coming to you, asking you for help, to partner with me. It's gonna sound wrong. We need to find land, we need to work together, see if there's any land available, see if there's something, let us know. We can carry it on from there, and then we can work together, you know, in terms of volunteerism. And I will tell you, this county is fantastic with volunteers. It's just the way, Midwest people, it's just the way we are. I mean, people, you know, if you need help, I can get on the phone right now and call people and they'll be out to help me. It's just the way it is around here. And so I love that part. Volunteerism is the easiest part of my job, finding that. The hard part, the really hard part is finding land. I mean, it's just, and it's getting harder and harder.
Okay.
Anything else?
Very good, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
All right.
Good to see you after all these years.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I sure appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And you have my card, and yes, and anytime you want, if you just have something that comes up, hey, what about this? That's what my job is. I'm here to answer any questions. I'll be as transparent as I possibly can for you. I just want to work with you. I'm not really coming and saying, hey, give us money. What I want to do is I want to partner with you. You guys see what we can do, and then as it goes, it's just an easy fit.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Jack.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jack,
Yeah.
I've been sitting here trying, it's an off-the-wall question, but do you ever work at Lehman Electronics?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's back when I had hair.
I've been sitting here all night trying to think, how do I know you?
Very important question.
Have a good evening.
Thought process.
Good to see you, Jack. He was also on county council
Okay, well,
and plan commission and
I used to go to Lehman's a lot, so.
And then I guess he's gone, but didn't he take it over then? Wasn't it Barlow's for a while?
yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was.
remember that.
Okay.
And he owes you $20.
7 minutes.
Minutes of the regular meeting of September, any additions or corrections? Citizens comment.
We neglected to ask at the last meeting when we asked about Second Street and so on, is it okay if we use the annex for the Holiday Walk and Festival of Trees?
I have no problem with
That's a
it.
given.
Will there be anything that you know of going on starting on the Wednesday the 19th, so we could set up a couple days early, give us a couple days to set up on the 19th.
I'd have to check the calendar. I don't know.
Not that we're aware of, but if there is, we'll let you know.
Okay, thank
You
you.
probably already sold those, Michelle. I made them.
Thank you.
We didn't want to assume and then have a conflict, so.
All right, police department.
Apologize being a little bit late, I was finishing up the call.
Oh, good.
Dennis, how's the new trainee doing?
I'm still going every week, so it's a good sign.
How far into it is he?
I gotta think, I'm not sure which week it is now. We're probably going into the 6th.
You wouldn't even be halfway yet.
Wow.
They had 133, and I think 5 of them dropped out.
5 dropped out already?
One was medical, and then 4 others decided they didn't want to do that.
Anything else, Dennis?
Yeah, we're in need of updating our computers, or a few computers anyways. Like, our desktop in the office is going on 8 years old and running out of storage. And one of our NDTs will not be able to go up to Windows 11, so at least get one this year and then probably purchase a second next year, then we should be good for a few years on computers. The pricing that our IT office had sent us a couple different computers, and the pricing looks like it's gonna come just under $2,200. We used to buy directly from Dell, now they're just, Amazon seems to be the cheapest. Did some pricing today on that, and it looks like it's gonna come about $21.93, depending if prices jump up or down, so requesting $2,300, the top end, to get everything we have, because there is one item I'll have to ask them about, because we can no longer get it on the Amazon business account. You can get it on the personal account, but we don't want to pay the taxes, so I'll have to ask for something different on that, but that may fluctuate 50 or 75 bucks.
Okay.
It'll be an external hardware, external copies of the drive, it's an external hard drive that mirrors everything that's on the computer.
I make a motion that we pass up to 2,300 or incidentals, yeah,
Okay.
whatever that means.
Exceed.
I'm good with that.
That's a motion.
Have a
Motion?
second? I'll
Yeah,
second.
yeah. Sorry, I thought she said consensus then.
Oh, Ron?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
Just like take a little snooze there. Steve?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have at the moment.
Fire department.
You should have my report, and I'm here tonight to ask for money. Every time. I wrote it out there kind of, hopefully it makes sense. We've had a lot of fundraisers trying to get money for these e-tools, because the e-tools, okay, the rescue tools that we have now, once you can't get parts for them. So over the years, we've been trying to get these electric battery operated tools, which we come a little short on our fundraiser, and I've talked to the trustee, and he said he's fine coming up with $7,000 if you guys would want to come up with $7,000 to help us get these tools. So.
That would come under local, the LIT money for local law enforcement. Well, whatever, it'll come out of LIT.
Do you need a motion on that?
Yes.
I will make a motion.
I will second.
Okay. I also wrote down there that.
Wait a minute, you need to vote.
Sorry.
Ron?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Steve?
Yes.
Next year, we are gonna need boots, and I have looked at the SCBA tanks to know when they're shot. They're not shot, but they just, by law, you gotta replace them, so. I also want to know if it'd be all right if I spent $300-400 to paint the garage doors and change the door seals.
That's just maintenance. That's just maintenance.
Yes.
And the doors don't match, and they're getting faded, and the door seals are starting to rip, and it was one of the things I was gonna do when I retired, so. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Okay, utility street manager.
You should have my report as well. I'll just run through real quick. Rex Collins is here, and they repaired the downtown streetlights. There's still some waiting on a quote to replace the electrical paneling. Also, they repaired the streetlight that was hit on September 22nd, so a new pole's been installed already. I got 2 quotes for the street sweeper to go through preventative maintenance and an inspection. One quote is from Brown Equipment and comes in right at $6,000, and the other quote from Hoosier Equipment is quite a bit more at $15,000. Basically, they'll just look over the street sweeper, service it, and then do an inspection. If they come across any problems, they can let us know about those, and if we need to tend to those, and there'll be additional costs that we have to get approved. But didn't know if you wanna.
Is the brownie,
I think go through here.
I don't have
Have
This
we,
is the paper here.
Oh, it's written real here.
have we used
Okay.
one over the other?
We've used Brown in the past, yes.
Okay.
You've been
Okay with them?
Who did,
okay with their service or what?
Yeah.
Or
who did we get that from?
It came from Brown.
That's what I thought.
And that includes them coming to pick it up and then returning it.
Okay, you'll need a motion on that.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Ron?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Steve?
Yes.
As I reported earlier, well number 1 and high service pump 3 at the water plant have, are in need of servicing. Unfortunately, unfortunately, right now, we just started PFAS sampling, which is my next point. So we can't do anything with well number 1, but if you guys would accept the bid, then we can put that on their schedule. So in your packet, you have a quote for well number 1. I think the price came in at 19,000. I'm sorry, 25,000, I believe. And then the high service pump was 19,860, which they should be able to do that if you guys would approve of that. They could do that anytime. And then, like I said, once PFAS sampling is done, they would be able to pull well number 1 and service that.
So what's the total? Because I haven't.
It's not
I haven't
totaled
seen
up, I
it.
don't think.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's Peerless. Base cost 25. So it's about 50,000 altogether.
Probably pretty close.
You have that in your reserve fund.
Okay.
We need a motion.
Yes.
I will make a motion.
I would second.
Ron?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
And Steve?
Yes.
As I mentioned, Commonwealth, they just started PFAS sampling. That's part of a grant received from SRF. And that'll continue for another 6 months. So that's nothing on our end that we need to do. They'll be getting our results and see if there's anything that we need to do. We started leaf pickup. We'll do that regularly on Mondays and Fridays and as through the week as needed. We're still looking at water service lines. There was a townwide power outage on the 21st of September. It was out at the substation and it was identified within about 5 minutes of when the actual power went out. So the long wait we had for 2 hours was all waiting on, I forget what company it was. No? I&M. We had to wait on them to come and make the repairs. T&B Electric has been here a couple times the last 2 weeks. You can see all the work they've done. And then finally, I've been in contact with a representative from a company called iWork. They provide a computer software program that helps run day-to-day operations and managing water, sewer, and electric utilities. One of the key things I like about what they offer is a GIS tracking system, which you can map out your utilities, and then also kind of keep records of what work has been done, say at the the fire hydrant at Wayne and First or something, as well as regular maintenance things. There was a quote included in that, and the annual cost for that is $5,500 with an additional $3,600 upfront setup fee. I'm still kind of on the fence about it because I wouldn't mind looking at some other GIS mapping systems available. So if you guys want to table that, and I can look for more information on other options possibly.
Feel free as far as I'm concerned.
I think that's a great plan, though. I think that would be very good for the town to have
Definitely
that
needs to be
information.
done.
Especially when we need to know where certain utilities are. It's kind of, sometimes it's a guessing game, but if we can pull it up on an iPad or iPhone,
Yeah.
and know exactly where it's at, it'd be real helpful, so.
Exactly.
I believe that is all I have.
Dustin, I have one question. The sampling, like if we do any work, none of what is found, and we could put, if they come back and say there is something from the sampling that we need to address, none of what we would need to address would be addressed with what we're having done with the wells, correct?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, it doesn't,
There's steps in the PFAS. It would just move to the next step of the PFAS.
okay,
Because you have over $1 million.
okay.
What they're doing now is 300 and
Just for the
whatever.
It's just that,
So
right?
if something's found, then it moves up through the steps.
Okay, so it's
So
not
you-
like we need to
it ends
replace
with a
or.
planning grant, yeah.
Okay, I just didn't want to do something and then come to find out it could have been covered
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
a grant if we needed to address something else.
Well, it's an SRF program, so I think the supposing would be that if something has to be done, SRF would step in.
Okay.
That's just a supposing, but that was,
Depending on what's found.
that was part of the discussion way back, what, 2
Yeah.
years ago, when they asked us to be in the program, was that it wouldn't cover the correction, but it's an SRF program,
Okay.
so. Okay. Well, you have in front of you Resolution 3-2025. We talked about this, I believe, at the last meeting. Now it needs to be passed prior to the 2026 budget. And what this does is cut funds in the 25 budget to move them forward into 26. And we've talked about, I think this is the fourth or fifth meeting, so I think you're pretty well versed on that. So I need a motion to approve that resolution.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, Ron,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Steve.
Yes.
Okay, Steve, you're the only one that needs to sign that. Then this is the same, this is the budget. You've also seen it, at least the last 3 meetings. All ready to submit. We did go through on August 11th, the whole meeting on the budget and how it would work. So this is ordinance 2025-13, and we'll need a motion for that.
I'll make that motion as well.
I'll second.
Ron,
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Steve.
Yes.
This will be filed tomorrow. We have 5 days after the approval of the budget to send it to the state, so I'll file it tomorrow. Another budget in the books.
That's the way we like it.
Estimated, as I said at the last meeting, a 5 to 6 cent reduction in the tax rate from this year to next. But of course, the state has to look it over and approve it before we can do anything, so. Very good. I'll get that on its way. You got a stack there, Ron?
Yeah, got a couple.
Veterans Park update, I sent this to you in your packet. The proposed dedication plan, it's changed a little today, but I didn't have time to get it back in here. She's got some names written in and whatever. Expects it to last maybe 20-25 minutes. Very, very much underway. We will need to move a couple tables down. I talked to Dustin today, and we'll get that done at that day. Heritage Point is providing the coffee and donuts. I think we talked about that maybe at the last meeting. This will be more complete, and with the program will be a listing of all those who are inscribed there. And let's see. The Drayers are, Mindy is playing or singing the national anthem, so it's all coming together. I think, Michelle, is she going to have another meeting with all of you, I think?
Maybe, I have not
I don't
confirmed
know,
since-
okay.
I know they started meeting on,
Yeah,
I was not able
yeah.
to be there, but yes, they did.
So, so this is the way it's going so far, so we'll get it done and in a brochure form for for that day.
Okay,
Cool.
awesome.
Demolition bids, well, we have one. This was turned into the county. This is for 324 Hendricks. And this is from Columbus City Iron and Metal. Different. $9,430. That's pretty standard rate for these. So that's the bid. accept it? This comes out of the CCD fund, it doesn't come out of the tax funds.
I'd say so, yes.
I think that's pretty standard.
Why won't you just take a motion, so it,
I'll make a motion.
Is it, real quick question, is that something with that property, if we looked at Habitat, if they cover the cost, would that matter? I mean, would that be a good thing?
what happens is this is done, and then a lien is put on the property. So down the road, as we've, Steve and I have talked, and I think Dustin, it's a possibility because the town can waive the liens. So it's a possibility, and I talked to Jack about it before the meeting.
How long does, I mean, is there a legal timeline of, you know, that it has to set?
Well, let's see, because it's in the first stage of foreclosure, so there'll be a time that we'll have to wait on that.
So it could, because it could be a year before, otherwise the house could be sitting
Well,
there for.
yeah,
So I see
but
what you're saying, having
Might
them
have them
do.
cover the cost.
Right, but
Yeah.
we can't do that because it's not even.
that's
our
if it
property
sells
right
in
now.
a tax sale would be a year,
Yeah,
but don't know how is that working out.
Yeah.
Foreclosures may
Yeah,
be
when
different.
it's torn down.
mhm.
I
So we don't
know
really
for
necessarily
sure.
let it go sit another
Um,
year.
They'll complete all work within 2 weeks of notice. I'll send this all to you tomorrow,
Okay.
since it couldn't be, or it shouldn't be. Let's see. Demolish and remove all structure, properly dispose of all debris. That's what we want to see. Backfill, remove and cap the well and septics, coordinate with utility providers, and complete all week within 2 weeks of notice to proceed. So I will return this to the county then.
Very good.
Doesn't have a place for anybody here to sign, which is odd. Okay, did we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Ron,
Yes.
Jeremy,
No.
Michelle,
Yes.
and Steve.
Yes.
Okay, you have in your packet a stormwater, and that's just for you to take and study. Greg will be at the next meeting to go through that with you. So you can take that with you. It's not for action tonight. Housing and development, the November 10th meeting is gonna be a busy night. Greg has a couple other things he'll be talking with you. I'm not real clear on all that, but the attorney, the real estate attorney, will be here on November 10th to get it into, your last meeting was executive session, so he will now be attending the regular meeting to report to the public what's happening there. The sale of the trailer, for some reason, Warren Weekly did not get my email, so I moved that, and it says November 13th, that would be for the November 10th meeting. So will be reposting that out tomorrow. We already have one bid, but it didn't make it to the newspaper, so we'll move that to that meeting. Anything else under unfinished? Just a
I
lot
have
of
nothing.
reports. RDC annual meeting, I want to change this from what I sent to you, change that meeting to 4:45. I realized today as I was getting ready, that meeting takes about 10-15 minutes, so if it runs a little bit into the regular meeting, that's fine. So that'll be at 4:45 on November 10th.
Okay.
Cleanup days, I have in your packet, there's been discussion of some towns that have, instead of during cleanup days like we do, where we're taking in from the whole area, they do actually on-site where they bring the truck to town. So I contacted GFL, and they do that kind of system. They have a system in Butler. He didn't go much further than that. And I just wanted to know if you are interested in proceeding with that kind of a thing. This is what Ossian does. And it pretty much, they'll pick up, in Ossian it says 1 day. Now, the representative from GFL said if it takes 2 days, they do it 2 days, but, whatever. And we would cut down on some of that coming in from the outside. Now, GFL also said that doesn't stop it. because Ron lives out in Jefferson Township. He may bring it in and put it in Michelle's yard. But it may stop some of the extra we get. And this time, the guys were monitoring it more closely because the spring, we had some items that should not have been in there. Actually even some tires. So something to consider because we'd have to contact them about the contract. So if you want me to proceed and go to the sales, to Barry Howard, who you know has come here, I can do that if you're interested.
So it's the same, they're picking up the same items.
The same
that they could be
items
thrown
that'd be in your yard.
It would be here, and they just pick it up on that one day.
So you would just set it out at the road or the curb, they would,
And we have 2 days a year, right, in our contract?
We have 2 weeks a year.
Or we have two, that's what I meant, 2 weeks in a year.
So
So we
it's-
could do one and the other.
Yeah. You could do a fall and a spring just like
Right.
you do now.
Right, and just do one's a pickup and one's a drop off.
This would make a lot of sense. I mean, there's a lot of older folks and people that
Yeah.
can't move stuff that I've gone and taken my truck to move it. And if they could just put it on the end of their
Right.
road, it'd be very nice.
Right,
Right.
it's a good program, and I believe Markle, sometimes, I don't know if they do it in Huntington does it, I think.
Huntington used to, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, Huntington, I think.
Huntington used to, well, I think I've seen some just, they might go to the town and buy a tag or something and
Well, yeah,
set
to
it on the
control.
couch or the mattress or something for them to
That's
come.
that's for outside of the regular.
Oh, that's outside of,
Well, yeah, because you're allowed so much, and then you have to tag in Huntington, but I know other towns around have done it this way.
I think it's a
It
great-
just
help.
seems
This
to
would
make
help
more
program.
sense because,
Yeah.
as Jeremy says, you know, you can
it'd
just
be
set-
easier for you to get it to the curb than say
Yep.
to the utility box.
Okay, I'll get in touch with Barry Howard and see what we can work out there. I guess, and Dustin can update, but, you know, the spring was such a heavy, do you remember how many bins? It was a lot, it's like 7? 6 or 7, yeah, and we were only contracted for 10. So
For the
that's,
whole year.
that's, yeah, for the
Yeah.
year, so that 10, or that 6 or whatever, really, we had to really watch there, so.
Okay.
I will get in touch with him and maybe have an answer by next meeting.
Okay.
Any other new business?
I have nothing.
Okay, claims register, you have it there. It's a tidy sum this meeting, $712,674.91. But as you've seen, or I think did I mark it on those? I don't know. We paid Wolverine twice, so that was $230. We paid Brooks twice, so that was $300, around $300 to finish off the Wayne Street. All that project is finished, and Ben will be doing the final report to NDOT. So that'll be closed out before the end of the year. But that's the reason for the very high number. Other than that, it's pretty much just kind of electric rate study. That's just pretty much the normal things that you would be aware of. Any questions on that?
No.
Financial reports, I'll send those to you tomorrow. I got here and realized I don't have them. It's the first of the quarter, so I'll send you the fund reports. Payroll allocation you have in front of you, and that's pretty standard. The payroll for September total was $36,602.24. As you look at every month, it's just a standard repeat usually of everybody's pay. I hope you have it all, mine's not in order. But anyway, it's a standard payroll. Did anybody have any questions on anybody on there?
I have none.
So that's approved by consensus then?
Yes,
And the claim register by consensus?
yes.
Okay, software demo. Well, since, after I sent this, later this afternoon, BS&A, which is the other company, the other software company, and they want to do their demos on Monday. So if it's okay, I'll close town hall again. They're going to start with demos and then open a discussion of it. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but it worked really well. The last demo was supposed to be 3 one-hour sessions spread out. Instead, they did 3.5 straight hours. It was very mind-boggling. There were 2 very tired people there. Very interesting. They will have their quote to us by next week, I think it is. And then we'll have to wait, of course, for BS&A's quote. BS&A, by the way, is the Keystone buyout. So that's the update on the clerk's office. Excuse me. I don't have anything for park. Does anybody have anything?
I don't either.
We were just waiting to find out about getting the park board started.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
need
what
to
we're-
do that, yeah, park. Start board activity. And I realized too that I forgot to send the town manager stuff, so I'll send that. Let me put that down here. Okay.
Anything else?
I'm done.
Meeting is adjourned.
Gee, I don't know. I don't know about that. I tell you, that demonstration though, the days of not team viewer, but teams, whatever it's called, are just amazing. Because you could put that up there on the screen while he was describing it. And we could see you guys.
Thanks, gentlemen.
And we could actually see that